Hi there, Z here, and there's something euphoric about a video game that's actually fun. And I don't mean fun on the most basic level, because let's be fair, that's any game. I mean, you can't have a video game without being fun, because then it's homework. But I'm talking about, like, a certain type of fun. I'm talking about, like, mind-numbing, time-wasting, charismatic, addicting, neglecting your child until social services or the Grim Reaper come to take them away. That's the kind of fun I'm talking about. And for some gamers, sure, like, the multiplayer for that particular game can take away some of that staleness, but if you're like me and you suck shit at the game against anyone who's actually competent at it, it's gonna start sucking. That's when games like, Binding of Isaac or maybe even Faster Than Light, where it's so fun, where you can play it over and over again and it's different every time and you're just having a really great time. Hell, any game that you could put 10, maybe hundreds of hours into the actual game for a fairly low price, boy, I feel like I should really bring that to other people's attention here. So, if you would, might I offer you a gaming on a budget review of Enter the Gungeon. It's a fantastic game right here, where it's just a fantastic time. Go ahead and take it, guys. Go ahead and take it. You won't regret it. You go take that game review and you just watch it and you have a good time, okay? Now, don't make me take it, chop it up into little pieces and put it through your mail slots. Okay, well, we did it your way, game. As you can see, they're not taking it, okay? They want to leave the video right away. I need to spice this up a little bit more. So you guys can go ahead. If you want to watch the review, keep going ahead. If you don't want to watch the review, I'll see you in a couple weeks here with a little present for you. Don't worry, it's not going to hurt after the first few stabs. Okay, stop right there. Okay, I know. Please just delete your comment saying that this is an old-ass game from 2016. I understand. I'm roughly 2 years behind on this. But look, the gaming environment is getting killed by cancerous games with bad marketing tactics and shitty companies here. So, maybe we need to kind of reach back to a time when things weren't that bad. Okay, I overstepped my boundaries here. Okay, delete that comment here as well. I know 2016 things were still bad, okay? By that time, we had the dreadfully dull Star Wars Battlegrounds still hanging around from late 2015, and hey, No Man's Sky was putting people to sleep all across the world. Yes, I understand, but I'd rather take those instances than developers purposely trying to shove their microtransactions and shitty loot boxes up and down every hole in my body, okay? Anywho, Enter the Gungeon. I've had my eye on this game for a while because a couple of years ago I saw the commentary channels playing this game while they were, bitching about whatever they were bitching, and I thought, I'm like, hey, this looks interesting. I think I'll get it. Then I saw it was about $30, and I said, I think I have more games than alcohol and cigars now, so, I think it's time to adjust my expenditures. But very recently, I noticed not only did they decrease the price since then, but they were also half off on a sale, so I thought, another roguelike dungeon crawler game I can play when I'm sucking shit at Overwatch or Heroes of the Storm. Go ahead and fucking sign me up. And then I just never stopped. I haven't stopped for about a week. This has been the game that I've been playing for about a week straight, and I'm guessing this is what meth addicts kind of go through. They probably look at that bag of meth, maybe? I don't really know how it's divided up. We're going to say bag of meth, and they see it on their dirty, nightstand, and they just look at it, and they're like, look at that. Look at it. There's no way that can be addicting. Look how simple it is. Look, it's just a tiny little thing. You know what? I'm going to do that meth, aka Enter the Gungeon. And you know what? I am such a strong man, I can just drop it whenever I want to. Yeah, let's go ahead and try it out. And then 10 hours later, I'm trying to train my dogs on how to do my chores around the house and also fix me some drinks so I don't have to move for hours on end. While my wife is screaming something about leaving with the kids and the police show up due to a noise complaint from the neighbors tired of hearing me cuss obscenities at 3:22 a.m. What I'm trying to say is, it's a really fun game. Just a really fun game, but But why is it fun? Well, as you can see from the gameplay that's been going on in the background while I've been talking, it's definitely not for casual gamers, because the game mixes something like Binding of Isaac with bullet hells, and honestly, some of this shit is so overwhelming, and it doesn't fucking slow down until everyone is dead. You pick one out of the 4 people at the beginning, and each of them have something different. You got the convict, the marine, the hunter, and of course, my boy, the pilot. And it was this time I was like, you know what? This pilot character, he looks familiar. He kind of looks like a certain charismatic smuggler I may or may not remember from days long past. It was at this time I also noticed that the Marine looked a lot like the Doom guy from the Doom series as well. But maybe, you know, this is just me looking too much into it, right? Like, maybe this is just me projecting what I want to see into the... Wait a fucking second, is that the Proton Pack? Okay, that's a fucking Ghostbusters Proton Pack! So this game really hits that nostalgia factor, and I mean hard. Harder than... I don't know, the backside of my mother's wooden cooking spoon as she found out I watched porn on her work laptop. But that's last month's shit, okay? We live in the now. And in the now, the pop culture references are vast. Not only with the playable characters, but the NPCs that you find through the Gungeon, and, of course, the different hundreds of guns that you find from unlocking chests and defeating bosses. Sure, you can find things like AK-47s and pistols and RPGs and all that bland stuff, but within that, go ahead and throw in, I don't know, a shotgun that shoots fishes, or is a fish in itself. You know, maybe the Ghostbusters Proton Pack, like I mentioned before, or the Nintendo Light Gun from, I don't know, things like Duck Hunt. You remember that fucking thing from back in the day? And the coolest thing about this is that the last bullet that you hit in this light gun actually shoots the duck. It's just fucking, how great is this game? And what if you're looking for more obscure references to quench your geekiness? Don't you worry about it, because they also have the Judge Dredd gun, the Flash Gordon signal pistol, the ZF-1 from fucking Fifth Element, and of course, my favorite, my baby in this game is the quad laser from my favorite cartoon ever, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I mean, how did they not get sued?
Moonanites unite.
Lock in.
No one can defeat the quad laser.
It is over now.
The bullet is enormous. There is no escaping.
Jumping is useless.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I know what it is. You're thinking, oh, so put pop culture in your video game and you'll get a glowing review from Z. Very professional. But you would be dead wrong, okay? I also take cash and Vietnamese hookers if you have them on hand. But the references are just sprinklings on top of this entire delicious cake, okay? This game runs like a dream and plays ever so smoothly, which is, I mean, you know, ideal for a bullet hell shooter, which timing and dodging is key. But don't worry, you don't need to rely on your skills of dodging when you have other things like a roll that you are impervious to all attacks for a couple seconds while in animation. You can flip over tables for quick cover, use a blast button that clears out all bullets on the field, and even slide over tables for a quick getaway. There's plenty there if you're sucking like shit. All of this is put together just so great, but it's the attention to detail I really enjoy the most. The explosions of the books and rocks and everything around you, creating this kind of destructive chaos while you're trying to beat the entire stage. Weapons like the t-shirt cannon or the previously mentioned fish gun, leaving behind t-shirts and cod that stay on the field and don't despawn after 5 seconds, leaving just one hell of a mess after you're done with all of your killing. This little guy that's just so sad because I just killed his king. He's so sad. Look how sad he is. But shh, it's gonna be okay. It'll all be over soon.
In the arms of the angel.
Man, I'm a good person. But all these things don't mean much if the AI is dumber than a sack of hammers, which I'm happy to say is not really the case. Don't get me wrong, every enemy isn't like a mini boss by any stretch of the imagination, even though some of them are pretty close to that. But they don't just stand around in the open like a bunch of idiots either. They do interesting stuff, like if they're near a table, they'll tip it over and hide behind it to kind of give them a little bit more defense, or maybe go a certain way to block you off when you're trying to run away from another enemy, when you're going for cover and they're predicting where you're running and they shoot in that direction to stop you from getting to that cover. They're actually very well coordinated, which keeps things fun and challenging as, let's be fair, the shit gets way worse later on. And did I mention the bosses yet? Hold on a second here. I did not. So the bosses are both interesting and unique and fucking come with more puns than a bad open mic night. You got the Gatling Gull, a muscular bird that shoots a minigun. You got Amoconda, a huge snake that shoots in all directions while moving around. The Cannon Balrog, who is really just a massive dick. I fucking hate going against this guy. And many, many other ones, each with their own specific attack patterns and interesting designs. And fuck, it just keeps things interesting. I love them. Every single time I get further on in the game and I've seen a boss I've never seen before, I'm like, ha! Besides that pun, I fucking love the design, but I'm not gonna lie, guys, the puns just make you want to fucking grab the rope. And obviously, I could go into way more detail explaining, like, I don't know, there's teleporting all over the place in this game, so anybody who has ever been a lover of dungeon crawlers don't have to go all the way over to one place trying to look for something and then double back, wasting all of this precious time. You just do bloop. Okay, I got this. Oh, teleport way back over here and keep going down. It's a fantastic thing. So it's obvious that I love this game. I'm not going to go into too much other detail here. I'm surprised I haven't taken notice of it earlier, or I would have more hours on this game than I do on my Binding of Isaac, and I have a whole lot of hours on that shit. And yeah, it's fluid, fun, yet challenging game, but the whole reason why I like it so much is just this aura of fun. Like the developers had fun while making it without thinking twice about it being a popular game. They said, look at this game. Do you enjoy it? Yes, I think this is a good game. I'm glad you like it. Come see us for more shit like it used to be back in the fucking day. Like I mentioned before, competitive games are fun, okay? They're fun when you're winning them, and they're fun when you're shit-talking people online when you're the one getting stomped. But I mean, I'm going to be completely honest with you here, guys. Enough of it will rot you from the inside out. I mean, take it from a guy who really loves to watch internet drama. Nowadays, plus way back in the day, I'm starting to find more YouTube channels that talk about drama back in 2003. I love all of it. It's interesting to me. But if I had to stick with some of that kind of content exclusively, my insides would die. And believe me, I already have that covered with binge drinking and eating fast food every single day. So every once in a while, it's nice to just get a game that you don't have to worry about microtransactions, or shitty teammates who are 12 years old and can't fucking do anything right, or people who think you're incompetent because you're incompetent. We're not talking about that right now. It's just nice to just get a game and just relax. Just relax with a game that's just fun to play, fun to go through, fun to experience. There's one thing that I found super interesting in this game is that whenever you go into a shop, there's a shop in here, you sell, obviously, the amount of money that you got from going through all the different levels, and then you can buy things like keys and whatever. It's just a regular type of shop. But if you shoot your gun in the shop, the guy will get pissed off, and if you keep fucking shooting your gun, he'll try to pull out a gun and murder you with like this heavy fucking bullet hell level here before he goes down, runs away with all of his shit, and you can't buy anything anymore. So you're like, okay, that's fine. I fucked up. I didn't know that. I'll just catch him on the next level. But then you realize that he's gone for the entire run. He will not come back for the extra levels that you're going to be going through. And I mean, how the fuck was I supposed to know that? And just little tiny things about this that I just fucking love this game. So what I'm trying to say is, Buy the game if you want a solid, relaxing time, but has enough difficulty to it that you're not playing third grade adventure or fucking Freddy Fish. It's only $15 currently, but I've seen it as much as half off, which is when I bought it. I've seen that many, many times. I've seen this game on sale many times. I just didn't pull the trigger until right now, and I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I did. Honestly, do it if you want it. If you want to fucking actually have a lot of competitiveness, you know, there's plenty of games out there for that. Go ahead and go to Rust or League of Legends or whatever you want. It's okay. If you want to die from cancer early, I understand. Life's going down the shitter right now, and I'd rather die of cancer than have a bunch of, I don't know, with the way that everything's going nowadays, the next wave is going to be clowns walking in and shoving dildos down every single orifice of your body. And you know what? Cancer sounds better compared to psychopathic clowns breaking into your house and shoving random plastic things in every single part of your body. So I understand. Stick with your multiplayer cancer games, and I hope you die with your family and friends around you. I'm not trying to wish death on you guys. By all means, I want you to stay alive as long as you're subscribed to this channel. As soon as you unsubscribe, you're fucking dead to me. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great week.